Lorie, so did you start acting first before you started singing? Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I want to say singing, rapping, acting. Singing, acting, rapping? No, singing, rapping, acting.
So you started singing. Do you remember when the moment when you knew you were going to be an entertainer?
I feel, I was very good at negotiating. I was at least 7, I would say 7. I was already, obviously, like a lot of us, started at the choir level. You know, you
so
always
you were in
start
the choir.
at church. You gotta start.
You gotta start. All black people start at church.
If you gonna put the A in, then you gotta go to church.
You do have, yeah.
So I started there, but then as far as to really take it seriously, it was something about it. When I was little, I found out that I could bypass bedtime by entertaining. I was very good at that.
Sleep
like I knew what to do. I didn't want to go to sleep. I ain't never been fond of sleep. But I would always try to, negotiate my way into staying up by being funny, by doing something.
Right.
Singing, whatever I had to do to keep from going. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, I could take this somewhere else. Yeah.
And you took it all the way to the X Factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was that feeling, the auditioning process of the X Factor?
That was...
Because it's like a big old cattle call with all these people and these lines. This has got to be dreadful.
It was. It was absolutely nerve-wracking because when I went, I don't know the process for everybody, but I was an alternate, what they call an alternate, which means we're going to have you come, and I didn't have to be in the line, although they got footage of me in the line, but I was just hanging around in case there was time. And so I had to go with the notion of, hey, you might not even get to audition. And I was like, wow, I spend all day here and I don't even get to try. That would be so, traumatizing. So all day, I was there from 9 till 11, 9 in the morning, 11 at night. And it's getting later and later. And I'm like, oh, they're not going to get to me. And, at the time, Tisha Campbell Martin was my mentor. I had met her, and she would just send me things like, you're not supposed to be there. Use that as your fuel. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not even supposed to be here.
Wait, how was that fuel? Because I've been thinking I ain't supposed to be here. What the hell am I in line for then?
I understood what she was saying, meaning like, I don't have anything to lose. I should not take on any type of stress because if I so happen to get on the stage, I'm going to murder it. But I'm not even supposed to be there. That takes all the weight off of me to just go and do my thing.
I still don't understand
the underdog. I like being the underdog.
No,
I like being like.
Well, why weren't you like? What is the thought process behind? I ain't even supposed to be here.
Like this is just okay. Like if they say. Everybody else had sent in tapes, and they said, we want you to audition. Okay. By the time I sent in my tape, they already had that list.
Oh, got you. So literally, you weren't supposed to be there.
So
got it.
I just had to embrace the gratefulness.
Shit.
They was with me the whole time. See, thank you. I appreciate it.
Tammi back. Sitting here.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. It went over my head, girl. Let me. No, yeah, you better. So you literally weren't. I get
literally.
It. Yes.
And so I used that, and by the time I got up there, it was at the Galen Center where USC plays basketball games, and that field, like with people, in the nosebleeds, that was nerve-wracking. So I'm walking up there, and I'm like, my heart is pounding on my chest, a little bit like it is right now because I'm like talking, but. Like, it was worse. It was like times 10.
I would imagine.
Yeah, and
I'm just Tammi Mack. That was the X Factor.
Yeah, so I mean, I go up there, and of course you talk first, and that's probably the reason. But the first thing Simon says is, do I know you? I said, no. He said, you look familiar. I said, you do too. And at that point, the laughs came. I'm like, okay,
and
all right.
It gave you,
let me release that, and so I was able to. Yeah, actually, the audition process, my audition was actually 10 minutes long because I had done a Patti LaBelle song. And that day, it was only Kelly there and Simon. And Kelly's into it because, you know, that Love and Need and Want You? That, because she had already sampled that. She did that song with Nelly.
Yeah, she did.
So she's swaying. And Simon is like, what song is this? Like, he was not connected. So he asked me, do you know any other songs? I'm standing up there for 10
you know
minutes.
Why? Because first of all, white people should know Patti LaBelle.
Come on now.
But there are a collective group of artists that white people just don't know that are popular with black people. For instance, Maze and Frankie Beverly.
Right.
White people don't know who that is.
No.
But they are huge when it comes to black people. But I'm surprised, shocked, and in awe that Simon didn't know who the hell Patti LaBelle music was.
Well, maybe if I had done New Attitude or something from Beverly Hills Cop, I don't know. That probably would have been it.
Right.
But I chose that Loving Me. I was like, I was feeling myself, and he was just like, I don't know.
I love you. No.
Oh, honey, I need you.
Okay,
yes.
I'm on the wrong course.
You got it. You got the nose
More than you
ever know.
It's for sure. You can always count on my love. So what did you end up singing?
So we standing there and I'm like, I know this wasn't all gonna be on TV. So I'm like, how are they gonna do this? So I'm like, what can you sing? And I was like, Deja Vu, Beyonce, and I don't know what to do.
Deja Vu, Beyonce.
Listen, okay, I'm black.
Can they
I'm
show
real
singing
black.
ability though?
But see, that was the whole point. I wanted to get far enough to show that I could rap. So I felt Deja Vu, that beginning part where Jay-Z raps, I was gonna do my own. But I was ready. Okay. But they didn't like that. They didn't want that one. So
That's like, what the hell is girl? They gave you a lot of damn time.
They did. We were just having fun. But like I was totally relaxed about the time. The thing that you see on TV, I was good.
So.
Well, I was still nervous, but I did exactly what the producer told me not to do. They said, do not do no Whitney Houston song because if you don't, he's gonna rip you to shreds if you don't do it right. And I was like,
well, look, that's always my suggestion to everybody that goes on any of those shows.
Yeah, that's true.
Just, I don't know why people want to sing Whitney Houston. I don't care who
the problem is,
Beyonce can't sing Whitney Houston. I don't care who you are, you cannot sing Whitney Houston. I'm sorry.
Yeah, true.
It's always bad.
I will say that.
Tell me what happened.
Well, what happened was, I ended up doing
What happened
was, I ended up doing it. I ended up, I think I did pretty okay. I was selected.
Yeah, see, that was horrible then. You did horrible.
No, you don't think so? The other part of my talent is I do impressions. So my whole point was...
You went in there trying to be a comedian, a rapper.
I was just going to evoke it. I was like, okay.
You was going to channel Whitney from above into your voice. Okay.
Should stay. I was just gonna try to do as much airiness and
I felt that.
And I had to hit. If I could do a run here and there to at least got there.
Get you through.
It got me through. It got me through to the next round.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. I was really just trying to get something
that. You did 3 damn songs. You should have gone to the next round.
I mean, I was up there doing I ain't getting no check, nothing for the performance.
I'd have been like, damn, girl, that's all right. Just try next year.
I really was ready. I was like, well, what y'all want? I don't know a lot of, crossover pop mainstream. I'm just.
They want you to sing some Lady Gaga, some Faith Hill.
Okay, so that's what happened.
Not Faith Evans, Faith Hill.
Yes, you got to know it.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been great if and that's where I come from now. R&B. All of my people are all the people that I really focus on, as far as emulating and looking up to, are people that may not have that presence or a Simon Cowell wouldn't know. So I was kind of I didn't know what to do. So I was just like, well, Whitney Houston, everybody know Whitney Houston. And that was just me.
Did he roll his eyes? Because that's when the eye rolls come. You say,
no, he received it greatly.
Okay, good.
And
you ended up on the show.
Yes, wow, wow, wow. That was the first words out of his mouth. So I mean, I was okay. You know.
It was okay. You wowed him.
I wowed him. Yeah, that's hard to do.
There's some wow things about you personally that wow me. Yeah. You're a breast cancer survivor or cancer survivor?
Cancer survivor.
What kind of cancer?
Well, I just keep breathing. Y'all don't have to clap for that. But I'm glad I'm here. Yeah, that's part. I appreciate y'all.
I had a friend who was being honored by a cancer organization, and she was like, "I'm being honored for being alive."
It's weird.
I guess. No,
it's yeah. But cervical. I was diagnosed. I'll be a year cancer free in 2 months. Wow. So that was a very that happening was a wake-up call for me, all around, because I think right before I got the diagnosis, the flare of X Factor had worn off. I had 2 years where I just worked and worked, and it was great. And then it was just that relevancy goes down, and it's like different people. Your crew look different. All of a sudden. It's just you're by yourself. So I suffered a little bit of depression. I didn't really understand or know what my purpose should be or what's next. I didn't have strategy. And then, I mean, to the point, I don't know if I want to be here. Like, it was that. And then it took cancer to say, I won't be here. I think I won't be here. Right. I think, because when it gets real and when it gets like, okay, you're going to be ungrateful or you're going to take life by it. So when that happened, it was a wake-up call. It shook me out of my depression. And I feel like,
that's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about perspective. You said that getting cancer shook you out of your depression.
Absolutely.
When for most that would send you. Yeah.
I get a lot of my friends. They say it don't even seem like you went through anything. And I said, wow. When I was going through it, nobody checked on me.
Did they know you had cancer?
Well, yeah, once they did, you check on people when you know they had cancer. When I had depression, nobody knew.
Oh, so nobody checked on you when you were going through your depressive state.
Right.
When you get cancer, then they checking on you.
Of course, which is, it makes sense. But the thing is, my reaction to the cancer blows people's mind because I guess I was too positive, or people like, dang, you know you're gonna die, right? I guess. No, for real. I'm like, well, I mean, here's the thing. I blame Kaiser because they kept making me. I didn't know how serious it was. They kept giving me a false sense of, and so maybe that was on purpose. Now you're gonna be all right. But we do want you to come back. We still need you to come back, take more tests. So I'm like, okay, but you're telling me one thing, and then they said, it's about a 5% chance that it's, malignant, and then it came back. You know that 5% we told you about? Yeah, you lucky. So it was like, dang, y'all been making me feel like it was nothing, and then it was something. Right. And so at that point, it was just like, wow. I had a toddler, I have a family, a wife, and it's like, I don't want to leave them. Right. So, and then so all of my personal stuff, all of that, what the music dreams and feeling like that was slipping out of my hands, and all of my hang-ups, it's like it disappeared. Wow. Because I had something to focus on, something to fight, and that became my purpose, to make myself more healthy and fight this thing. And then at that point, it's like, okay, now let's find out what we're supposed to do. Yeah. And I realized through that whole thing what I want to do is I want to inspire. I want to make an impact. I don't care if it's singing. I don't care if I'm telling jokes. I don't care what it is. I want to make an impact. I want to touch people. As people were like coming out of the wood, like, I had cancer, and they would just, thank you for sharing your journey, because I shared everything. Like,
I was social media?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know no different. I'm a weirdo. Like, I just like, okay, y'all, I'm getting wheeled out like, I made it,
Right. It's something to be happy about.
Oh, and then at the process of getting well after the surgery, you having to give yourself shots, that was the real.
So you can't have children now, or?
Nope, they took everything. So but I have my toddler, and that's, I'm kind of glad.
So did you have a kid, or your wife had a kid?
I'm not biological. My wife had the kid.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know if you had the baby before or after.
So I was supposed to go next.
Oh, so she was gonna have a baby, and then you were gonna have a baby, and then y'all was gonna have babies together.
Yes.
Wow.
So we still may do it. She might have one more for us, but I don't. Like, look, my baby toddler, she get into everything. I'm like, I think this is enough right here. I think one is good.
You be calling her toddler. Is that her name? Or?
No, Michaela.
Oh, you like, I got
but she a toddler.
My toddler. My baby toddler. I was like, is the baby named Toddler?
I call her a toddler, and she loves it. She's like, I'm not a toddler. I said, well, you're not a kid yet. Like, it's baby, then toddler, then kid. You're not a baby no more.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're excited about where your journey's going to go musically, and I'm happy that I got to talk to you today. I didn't have more time to talk about your acting career. I wanted to know more about how you met Tisha Campbell Martin, and she became your mentor, because that's something else.
That was
She
great.
is like, who black don't love Tisha Campbell?
Come on. When I met her, it was a debacle. I was going to do background for the Zen Lounge when they had the Zen Lounge over there.
In Los Angeles,
for 4 years with that. I basically put that night together. She ended up giving me a lot of responsibility. But when I first met her, she came up to me, and I was starstruck, obviously. And I was like, and she's like, no, I'm the light one, not Tashina. Like, she tried to shame me right off the top. I was like, no, I knew your name, I really did. Because I had done background for Tashina once, too.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
For those who don't know, Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold both are singers.
Yeah. So that was like, we'll have to, if you
we'll have to chit chat. We'll have to chit chat about. We got so much more to talk about, Lorie Moore. But